Hi everyone. The best place to hide a secret is under people's noses. I don't know if you can hear me okay. We're in a very secluded cove on the south coast of England. The waves are rushing behind, right in front of me, behind you. In fact, they're getting quite large here. So what I'm doing here is I'm photographing a sea stack that I found years ago. It's a really beautiful triangular shape. And I'm just getting the sun coming up behind it. What I'm trying to create is a long exposure with the line of this shingle beach leading up to the sun and the sea stack. Also, because I'm shooting straight into the sun, I'm going to try to get this little sunburst. So I'm shooting at f/22 and using a little stopper, a lead little stopper. I'm using a 30-second exposure. So let's try one and see what we get. Ideally, what I'm trying to get is this angle, and it's all about lines and angles and geometric shapes here. So I'm getting this line coming up the beach that's going to create a triangular shape in the foreground. Our sea stack is a triangular shape, and hopefully that's going to all come together. Okay, let's see what we have here. By the way, nice piece of kit. Hoodman make these, lots of other manufacturers make them, but I've got a Hoodman Loupe. When I've got a lot of bright sunshine around me, it's really difficult to see the display, so I use these to, you can adjust the eyepiece to your eye as well. So this will cut out all the light. Oh, nice. So what I'm getting here is I'm getting the reflection of the sunbeam across the water. And because I've used a 30-second exposure, the water is misted out a little bit, so it's created a really nice feeling. All right, let's see if I need to make any adjustments. I'm getting a little bit of flare now, but I have the line of the surf coming out of the corner of the frame, leading your eye right up to the sun and the stack. A quick insight into how I actually came to get this shot. Last night I did a little preparation, a little homework. So I'm looking at the tide times, the weather conditions, obviously. I knew that there weren't going to be that many clouds, so I'm basing my composition and my location on that. And also the angle of the sun, where the sun's going to rise. So I'm using PhotoPill's app to determine exactly where the sun's going to rise in conjunction with the sea stack. And then I had 3 locations chosen for this morning, but I made my decision when I came to the location based on how the weather was, the wind. So I thought this would be the best option. And I'm really pleased the way this has turned out, because everything has come together with all the pre-planning. So I think the more you plan a shot, the more you're apt to get the shot that you want. Another thing, you really do have to plan for the unexpected as well. And the unexpected are other photographers. Well, I should say expected really nowadays. I always expect to have other photographers at the location. So I always try to have a plan B if that happens. And this was my plan B. And it's a nice location. It's one that I've shot years ago. And it's one that probably a lot of people don't know about, which is the beauty of it. I like to shoot something that's not the usual thing that everybody photographs. It's different. And it's a pleasure to shoot something that's not so well known and so overly photographed. But when you are photographing a location that's popular, it's always best to arrive early. Get your towels on the beach first, tripods in our case, so that you're in prime position before everyone else. That's the key to photography nowadays, it seems. But it's just the nature of the beast, and landscape photography. So enjoy. So a word of advice about when you're photographing coastlines. You may not be aware of it, but you have this salt air hitting your lenses, your filters. And when you look at it, you might not think, oh, that looks clean. But when you actually do it properly and clean it, I brush it off first and then just go around the lens carefully. Yeah, there's quite a lot of salt on there. But yeah, always give a good clean after you're finished shooting. and then you're ready to go for the next location. So it's been a brilliant morning here on the South Coast. I've managed to create a lot of different compositions from one little area and trying some different things like shooting into the sun. Not sure if it's going to work or not, but until we get it back into post, we won't know for sure. But thanks very much for joining me. Be sure to check out, we have a blog specifically about shooting on coastlines. So check that out on landscapephotographyiq.com. Thanks for joining me.